Well, welcome to Daily Bible Readings. Let's go to the Revised Common Lectionary. As we've done each day, you can type in Revised Common Lectionary. We want to go to the daily readings. And you'll remember that I told you that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's readings are a reflection or a reinforcement of last Sunday's message. And so today is Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday readings are in preparation for this coming week's sermon. And so let's go to today, Thursday. And we have Psalm 72, which will be the same for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, as the psalm was the same for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And a different psalm, but it was the same for each of those 3 days. And I want to read a messianic psalm. It says, "Endow the king with your justice, O God, the royal son with your righteousness. May he judge your people in righteousness, your afflicted ones with justice." Psalms and much of the Bible has double layers of meaning. This could certainly be a prayer on the part of Solomon, which is indicated that might be the first level of meaning. But the second level of meaning is definitely messianic. It refers to one day that there will be a king, a Lord, a perfect God who is going to rule perfectly. And so during this time of Advent, where people were expecting the first advent of the Messiah, now we're expecting the second advent of the Messiah, the second coming of the Messiah. And so that's why we have a messianic psalm there. The branch of the Lord, this refers to the city of Jerusalem and the fact that a new Jerusalem will one day be put in place by God himself. If you want to find out more about that, you can look up Revelation 21. It says a new Jerusalem will be coming down. In that day, the branch of the Lord will be beautiful and glorious. The fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of the survivors in Israel. Those who are left in Zion, who remain in Jerusalem, will be called holy, all who are recorded among the living in Jerusalem. The Lord will wash away the filth of the women of Zion. He will cleanse bloodstains from Jerusalem by a spirit of judgment and a spirit of fire. Then the Lord will create over all Mount Zion, and this is the Revelation 21 part, and over those who assemble there a cloud of smoke by day and a glow of flaming fire by night. Over everything the glory will be a canopy. It will be a shelter and shade from the heat of the day, and a refuge and a hiding place from the storm and the rain. I love this passage because someday when Christ returns, he's going to establish a new heavens and new earth. The word is actually a sense of renewing what we already have here. This earth will be renewed as if it was the new Garden of Eden. Remember, we start in a garden in Genesis. Christ receives the cup of wrath in a garden at midpoint, and then someday we will all return to the garden, a new heaven and a new earth. And this refers to Jerusalem. A lot of people don't realize that when you study history, that in 70 AD, the temple of Jerusalem was totally destroyed by the Roman legions, and Rome was a superpower at the time. And then in 132 AD, another rebellion broke out among the Israelites, and they rebelled against the Roman conquerors, and they were so successful they actually pushed out several legions, which is unthinkable at the time, to push out the superpower of the day out of the country. And so Rome got so panicky that they pulled one of their top generals and brought him down to Palestine, and he found Bar Kokhba, who led the rebellion in 132 AD, and crushed Bar Kokhba and killed him, and also destroyed the rest of the city of Jerusalem. And matter of fact, the name Jerusalem ceased to exist, and it became a city called Aelia Capitolina. And so that's part of prophecy that was fulfilled. But and we do have a Jerusalem today, of course. But one day there'll be a new Jerusalem that will be the headquarters for all the earth that God has designed and God has built. Well, when we look down in our final chapter here, we have for the day, our final reading is from Acts chapter 1. It's about Matthias being chosen as the 12th apostle. You remember that Judas committed suicide, And Peter, probably through his impetuosity, wanted to have 12 disciples again. So they looked at two people. One was named Justus, and the other one was named Matthias. And they cast lots, and the lot fell to Matthias, and he became the 12th disciple. We don't know much about the apostles after their biblical history. We have some legendary accounts that probably have some fact built into them. For example, we think Thomas went to India, perhaps parts of Egypt at times. Different cultures have different histories of Thomas. Matthias, there's some evidence that Matthias went to the state of Georgia, just south of Russia. And so we do have some extra biblical evidence about where they may have ended up at. But what's important to know is that they led the way, just like John the Baptist paved the way for Jesus Christ. Jesus paves the way for us through the power of His Holy Spirit, and so we are called to pave the way of the gospel for others. And if every generation seeks to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ to the next generation or the generation that they're living in, then we will be in good shape. Well, I trust that was helpful to you today as you do your readings, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on Friday.